Hi Aries, welcome to your December 2020 reading. If you're new to the channel, my name is Michelle, this is Marchetti Tarot, and I felt like mixing it up a bit for this month, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread, but before I dive into that, I'm going to pull one oracle card from this Angels and Ancestors deck, and another one from this deck, which is the Energy Oracle cards. So, let's dive in. Aries, December 2020. And yes, I am wearing my fabulous hair drying turban. God, I love this thing. Like, I bought it years ago for when I was like hiking through Spain for like, over like a month. And oh my gosh, I'm just obsessed with it. I'm still obsessed with it. Okay. Aries, December 2020. What do we get? Ooh. Ooh, I'm liking this. This is fun energy. Okie dokie. Okay, those came out too quickly. I'm not convinced. Let's try again. I almost want to get another one. Nope. No, I'm just not feeling any more from that deck. Okay, right. So what we got was High Priestess, harness mystic power, Elder, move beyond ancestral patterns, and Man holding a heart in reverse. So here's what I'm just intuitively getting right off the bat. What I feel like, and one of the cards that flipped over earlier that I didn't take was Angel of Love. I just briefly saw the image on it. It's got a very specific image. I know that card quite well. So here's what I'm actually getting. What I'm actually getting is I think you're moving beyond some sort of family or generational or lineage kind of pattern. Curse, if you will. I don't like the word curse. I think it has very negative connotations, but you know what I mean. Like some sort of destructive or not ideal pattern that's been in your family of origin, or even like generations back. Something to do around love, and it may be around masculine energies, and the way they express love, the way they show love. But there's something about that that's transforming. Now, if you're a female and you identify with feminine energy, this could be you understanding like why you're attracted to a certain type of masculine energy in romantic relationships. Like maybe why you may be having some sort of insight with the High Priestess about understanding like why you're attracted to the same type of person over and over, and why your relationships don't work out with that kind of person. Like you may be understanding that there's some sort of deeper reason why you feel drawn to a particular type of man or masculine energy. So anyway, let's dive into your Celtic cross spread and see what this tells us. let's dive in. So, you at the moment, you've got a bit of nostalgia going on. So you've got the Six of Cups, so I think this is tying in really nicely to these Oracle cards that came out at the start, because the Six of Cups can be like reminiscing about the past, thinking about people from your past, people that you felt very fondly for. This can also be like thinking about your childhood, feeling all those emotions from your childhood. This can also be the energy, though, of like rose-colored glasses. So, you know, looking at the world in a childlike way with almost like too much innocence. So you may be noticing this about yourself this month, or yeah. So, yeah. Because we got the King of Cups crossing you. You may have been attracted to romantic partners in the past that felt very strongly for you, but couldn't express it, couldn't communicate it, couldn't, like people that might have felt really deeply for you, but they were almost like afraid to let themselves go there. You know, so people that genuinely really did love you or like you very strongly in a particular way, but and people that were very sensitive. I'm getting the feeling like you may be attracted to people that are very sensitive, but it's almost like they come with their own kind of wounding that then doesn't enable you guys to really form a very solid, secure partnership together. And for some of you, this pattern may have been formed because you may have had a really distant father, like a father that withheld love, a father that you could have even had like a father that was alcoholic. Yeah, I'm just getting something around that. Okay. But you definitely do have a desire to, I think, build something solid with someone. I think you're really thinking very seriously about teamwork and about marriage and about commitment and about like making something work with someone. Or it may just be acknowledging that you have a desire to kind of build a family with someone, or to build a home with someone, or to build a business with a partner. Like you may be having all these kind of dreams that you're really wanting to land and ground in a practical sense, in a very tangible 3D world sense. You may have all these goals that you want to kind of accomplish with a partner, but now you actually want to start seeing it. And so you may be kind of like revisiting, you know, like you may be replaying events with like past romantic partners in your mind and sort of trying to gain some sort of wisdom, trying to reflect on them, trying to see what you weren't seeing at the time. Yeah, because in the past, I think you were attracted to people that were unavailable. With the Hierophant in reverse, you were attracted to people that maybe didn't believe in marriage, already were married, had commitment issues, lived some sort of lifestyle that was too unconventional for it to really work, to have some kind of committed relationship with them. You may have also had like religious differences with people in the past. Some of your patterns that you're trying to overcome may have even been things that you picked up in a church or a religious setting. It may be like, for some of you, this won't be everyone, but it may be that for some of you, you had some kind of teachings instilled in you by your parents or by a church or a community or some sort of system or authority or religious society that almost like created some sort of misunderstanding for you around what love really was, what love really looked like, how to find it. It may have also created some trust issues for you with the opposite sex, no matter what sex you actually are. And you may just be starting to kind of reflect on all this, or to see things on a much deeper level, like looking kind of beyond religion, to look at it with just more of a kind of open spiritual framework, if that kind of makes sense. It's kind of like you're kind of, see how on the Hierophant card you've got the keys down there? It's kind of like in the past you didn't have the keys to help you understand what was going wrong and why you couldn't build something solid. But now I think you might be moving into a time where you're starting to question things, you're starting to reflect on things, and through that, hopefully you're going to find the keys that are really going to unlock this for you. So in the current time frame, so present, so this is what's sort of going on for you in the month of December, I feel like you're going to be really hard at work. I feel like you may be like really researching and delving into understanding a lot more spiritual knowledge. You may be really deepening your spiritual connection by like reading lots of books about different like mystical traditions. You may be reading lots of books on like love and romance and the difference between men and women. You may be reading lots of books on like child psychology and on like attachment styles and wounding and like I feel like you're really doing a deep dive and you're really wanting to place like a lot of focus and a lot of attention on this so that you can really like get to the bottom of this. That's what I'm really feeling. So I think this is going to be a really huge focus for you in the month of December. Yeah, okay, and this is the future energy that's coming in. So this is really good energy. This is justice. So for me, this can indicate like in the future, the near future, you are going to have some sort of major breakthrough in terms of understanding. You're going to discover something that I think is going to let you have relationships that are a lot more like give and take, a lot more fairly balanced, a lot more reciprocal. So this is a really cool energy. I'm liking this. Yeah, so you've kind of, this is the Four of Cups in reverse. So upright, this is kind of the energy of like having offers, having love, having cups come your way, and just being like really dissatisfied with all the offers, not really feeling like any of them are really what you're looking for. But with it being in the reverse, it's almost like you may have decided in the month of December to take a time out, like, and to be like, for the month of December, like, I'm not open to any offers. Like, if people invite me out on dates, I'm just going to turn them down. I'm just going to say no. It's kind of, I think you're almost being like, no, I just want to be by myself. I want to think about this. I want to understand something more. And I don't want to kind of like, get into anything with anyone while I'm still trying to figure this out. And you may also just be like a little bit like apathetic, like Yeah, but I do think that this energy will move on. You know, we do have the Justice card here, and I do think that it's almost like with this card, you've got the three options in front of this dude, and they're like things that have, or there are options that have already like been presented, and the dude's clearly not interested in any of those. But then you've got this one it's almost like it's still on its way, like it hasn't come in yet. So you may take some time out, you may do some reflection, you may really want to study some of this stuff, and then you may take yourself out of this energy of like the Four of Cups, and you may find that something comes in after that, and you may be open to it. I can't guarantee that you'll be open to it, but you may. Yeah, and I think you did kind of put yourself in a timeout, or you are going to be putting yourself in a timeout, because in the environment around you, there's just nothing that's really exciting you. There's nothing that's sort of sparking your interest. And so it's just, yeah, I just get that feeling of like you're temporarily kind of checking out. And almost like taking yourself off the market, so to speak. Yeah. You want something balanced with someone. You want some kind of relationship that's very practical, where there's lots of expressions of love being shown. And I think with this card, like I don't normally think of this when I pick this card up, but I'm just getting thinking of like the 5 love languages when I look at this card at the moment. And so there's different love languages, like there's acts of service, and there's gifts, and there's quality time, and there's words of affirmation, and there's physical touch. And I almost feel like for a lot of you previously, you might have built connections with very like with people that said all the right words, and with people that were very physical, like very physical touchy. But I almost get the sense that this time, like, you're wanting someone that really shows their love kind of in a more authentic way. So I think you're saying, well, you know, this time I want gestures of love that are more kind of grounded. You know, I think you're saying, well, you know, like most guys in particular, you know, like physical touch. You know, I think you're saying, well, it's really easy to say all these nice, sweet words, but like, you know, they might be kind of empty. They might be like a lot of kind of false promises, or things that just kind of get your hopes up and build you up, but that aren't really grounded in substance. And so I kind of get that your hope for the future is to have some kind of connection where it's more tangible, like where somebody shows you their love by like doing something for you, where there's like not really a lot of benefit in it for them, but they're just doing it because they know it's going to make you happy, they know it's going to make your life easier. So, you know, like someone that gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning because they know that you have to be at the airport, and they're like, let me drive you, you know, and they might live on the other side of town, and it might be really inconvenient for them, but they're saying, well, I want to show up, I want to, you know, take that little bit of time that I get with you in the car while I drive you to the airport, and I want to know that you get there safely. And, you know, it's that energy, or they want to like house sit for you while you're away and look after you, like your dogs and your cats, because they know that you love your animals. And or they want to like help you get your car fixed, or help you unclog, you know, your bathroom drain, or whatever it is. It's like, I think you're saying this time, like, I'm gonna pay more attention to that than like all the sweet words and the cuddles and the sexy times is kind of what I'm getting. Yeah, I think you're placing much more emphasis on like people that show up for you, that make time for you, that do things for you to kind of serve you even when it's inconvenient for them. So I think that's what you're really looking for. And so over here you've kind of got the Ace of Wands. So the Wands is the more sexual suit in the tarot. And so you see that you've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I think you're kind of putting that on the back burner right now. I think you're wanting to test kind of the integrity of any offers that you get before you pursue that kind of thing. Oh, this is beautiful, guys. Okay, so the outcome, this is like confirmation. If you've been thinking about doing this, if this reading has resonated and you've been thinking, gosh, I really want to change my patterns in relationships, I don't want to be taken in by like, the shiny objects, the guy that says all the right things and that's really physically affectionate. I want to build something more solid with someone that's actually available and open and uncommitted and, is single and can invest and wants to invest and is emotionally healthy enough to invest and to create something stable. And you know what? I'm going to kind of focus more on like guys that are more solid, that are more steady, that are more grounded, that show up for me, that do things for me even when it's inconvenient. And I'm really gonna take some time out and I'm gonna observe my own patterns and my own kind of drama and my own kind of dysfunction that I might have going on, and I'm really gonna clear out some childhood wounding and all of that. This is your confirmation that this strategy will 100% work for you if you apply it, because this is the 10 of Pentacles. This is like having it all. This is kind of like the house, the family, the car, the guy, the girl, everything. This is kind of like not just having like those emotions that you can have in a connection that fill you up and make you feel all emotionally gooey and whatever, but that may not last. This is like, you might start out by actually going on dates with people that it's more of a slow burn. Like you might be like, I don't know, like I'm not really that attracted to them. But you're kind of gonna build something, slowly. You're gonna get to know this person. You're gonna, and it's just gonna be a karmic breakthrough for you. A whole new way of relating that's going to change your entire vibration, almost like the entire course of your relationships from this point forward. That is stunning. That's a really, really beautiful energy. I'm so happy for you guys. This is just saying to change your patterns in relationships, to start dating a different kind of guy, choose to invest in people that actually can invest and build something with you. And I think take those rosy colored glasses off and be a lot more discerning a bit earlier on, and seeing those red flags and seeing where the potential for heartbreak might be earlier in the process, and just cutting it off and moving on. This is really, really beautiful. You guys also might want to check out the Leo reading. I had a bit of a Freudian slip at the end of that reading where I said, so I hope you've enjoyed this video, Leo, only I said, so I hope you've enjoyed this video, Aries. And it was really interesting actually, because they had something in theirs that was reminding me of something similar. your reading's a lot more specific. I think with the Leo reading, there was a whole bunch of different kind of scenarios that could play out, but I think for some of them, they're dealing with a similar kind of thing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. That was really, really super specific. So you will know if this message is for you. Please don't try and make it fit if it just wasn't fitting. You don't do yourself or anyone else any favors when you do that. So anyway, I send you lots of love, and I hope you have a great December, and I'll catch you again in the new year. Bye.